One of the most expensive citizenship by investment programs in the world is about to become quite a bit more expensive. I'm going to cover the changes to Malta's citizenship program and my thoughts on it right now. Hey guys, I'm Andrew Henderson. Here at Nomad Capitalist, we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs legally go where they're treated best, lowering their taxes overseas, protecting themselves with a second passport, taking advantage of new boom markets. You can learn more at nomadcapitalist.com. And I've been telling you almost from the beginning of Nomad Capitalist that citizenship and residence by investment programs, at least the good ones, always get more expensive. You have unseen demand from places that you might not have ever thought about, including China, Russia, the Arab world, increasing demand from Latin America, from South Asia. A lot of people around the world want a second passport, and they aspire to the Western world. They aspire to be European Union citizens. Now, I've talked about my concerns about EU citizenship, but that hasn't stopped Malta from raising the price. And so you've basically got just a matter of weeks right now to get in under the old terms. I've got a couple people that I've been talking to Malta citizenship about, and I've been telling them you gotta move now because there's things that you have to do if you want to get in under the old rules. Now, for those of you who don't know, Malta, one of the countries in the European Union and the only country in the borderless Schengen area to have a citizenship by investment program, allowed you to donate 650,000 euros plus pretty nominal amounts in comparison for a spouse, children, etc., to become a citizen in a matter of about 12 to 15, 18 months. You had to spend a little bit of time in Malta on the ground. You had to also invest about 150,000 euros in Maltese stocks, bonds, government bonds, what have you. And you also had to buy or rent a property that you had to keep for 5 years to establish your genuine links to Malta. One thing about the European Union is they've been really breathing down the neck of programs like Malta and Cyprus, one of the other more expensive programs, because they don't like what they call the mega rich. Just saw an article in one of the Maltese newspapers. We don't like the mega rich coming to our country, but we would like them to please bring their money, but just don't give them anything in return. And so that's what these politicians in the EU have been complaining about, is the mega rich coming with their money, and they don't like it. So now they've pushed and they've done a couple of things. Number one, even outside the European Union, they were able to successfully go and stop Moldova, which wants to establish closer ties with the EU. They convinced it to shut down its citizenship by investment program. They're going to lose millions. And so now they're doing the same in Malta. Starting after July 1st, 2020, what you're going to see is an increased donation. And what it seems like, we don't have all of the information in yet. Sometimes these things take a little time to unravel. What it seems like is you're going to have donations that start at 750,000 euros, and then you add on from there for each dependent. You could potentially reduce that a little bit if you're willing to spend more time, such as up to 3 years to become a citizen. Not really a citizenship by investment program, not really a fast program at that point. You know, you can go to Vanuatu or St. Kitts and Nevis with the rush fee. You can get a citizenship in 2 or 3 months, right? So 3 years, now we're getting a lot closer to a golden visa, right? So to donate, money enough to wait is a problem. But if you want to wait 1 year on the current track, it's going to cost you 100,000 euros more, okay? You're also going to potentially have to spend more time. Okay, up until now, it's been, 10 days, 15 days. The genuine link was a little flimsy. Now they're going to make you actually spend time there. Is that an issue? Well, we'll have to see. And depending on what they work out, there may be some tax planning involved, and there may be an additional cost to certain people, or there may be other options that you're currently using in your offshore plan that aren't going to work anymore, that won't play nicely. We'll have to see exactly what they come up with. But it's going to cost you at least 100,000 euros more. They're also going to add a $10,000 charitable contribution. All right, fair enough. They're also going to increase the value of the real estate you have to buy. Now, we're not exactly sure because there are always different numbers based on which island you are on. But the main headline number, 350,000 euros in real estate, going to go up to 700,000 euros in real estate, doubling. Now, if you believe in Maltese real estate, that's great. However, here's what I heard from the last 2 people that I worked with who were interested in Malta. They're both making double digits returns on their money. So for them to take out 700,000 euros, right? These are guys who rent. Okay, they're very wealthy guys, but they rent because they're putting their money to work for them, both of them. And so to put out 700,000 euros in a property that may go up a couple percentage points a year, or who knows, maybe one change to a residence or a citizenship program will stop so many people coming to the country. Maybe COVID slows down tourism to the country. Once it's all over, people go somewhere else. You've got a relatively small economy. Anything can happen. Maybe the property goes down in value. But let's just say it's even. You've got a big opportunity cost tying up 700,000 euros for 5 years. It was already a big opportunity cost, which is why everyone that we've walked through the Maltese process, they've decided to rent. Because you can rent for no longer 16,000 euros. Looks like it's going to 18,000 euros. I'm kind of surprised that's not going to potentially be higher. And I think from what I hear, it may be higher in the future. But there you go, 90,000 euros that you're going to just splash out over the course of 5 years to establish your links, on top of the fact that they're going to want you to potentially be there more. So basically, you're looking at, into the low six figures in extra cost, on top of what was already the program with the highest sunk costs in the world, all to become a citizen of the European Union. Again, we've had people who, they like the program, they like the prestige of being in the EU. Maybe they weren't as interested in Cyprus. That's a bigger opportunity cost with a bigger real estate investment. But this is the trajectory of these programs. We've seen Malaysia's MM2H program recently kind of come back in December. Certainly wouldn't be surprised if it was going to be more expensive. I've been predicting for years it was going to be more expensive, and they kept holding off on me. So the prices of these things goes up. And yet the need goes up, right? Not only for Chinese and Russians and people in the Arab world, they've always had this interest. Right? But increasingly, we're seeing more folks from the United States and from Western countries who are wealthy, who don't even intend to leave their country. They wouldn't mind spending a couple weeks in Malta every year, but they're saying, I want a plan B, I want a protection. Add those folks to the list of people who are looking for good second citizenships, and you can imagine why the price is going to go up. Now, if the EU is your goal, there's citizenship by descent if you have ancestry, there's fast-track naturalization for certain types of investors, there are golden visas, there's all kinds of different programs that you can use. There's paper residence in a limited number of cases. There's also the call option strategy where you could become a Montenegrin citizen and hope they join the EU. So if the goal is EU citizenship, there's lots of other ways to get there. That's primarily what I help people with every day. Most people prefer the option of investing a lot less, waiting a little bit longer, over the idea of Malta. If they want a fast citizenship, they go to the Caribbean. That's basically our take on this. Very rarely do we do Malta. We've done it, but it's not something we do a lot because there are so many other options. And so if you're looking for those, you can feel free to visit nomadcapitalist.com, get in touch. But let me just be clear. The best programs, the programs that you're interested in, I see so many people sitting on the sidelines because they think this will never happen. And you know what I see, just in all honesty, is I see people who are like, you know what, they'll want me and my money. Well, they have lots of people with money coming to them. They don't need your 650,000 euros. They'll make it 750,000 euros. They'll make it €1 million. All right? Portugal was talking about raising their price. I mean, all these programs that have demand are going to eventually raise their price, even as more product comes online from other countries. So my opinion has always been the same. If you want a second passport, the best terms to do it on, particularly if you're single, and particularly if you want a top tier, an A tier passport, the best time to do that is always going to be now. How can Nomad Capitalist help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to make sure you get our new video every day. Number 2, get a copy of Nomad Capitalist, the book. You'll learn a lot of my personal experiences over a dozen years of studying this stuff, as well as exactly some of the strategies that you can use to build your Nomad Capitalist plan. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, you want to come and mingle with like-minded people, learn more about our live conference, Nomad Capitalist Live. It's coming up soon. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to lower your taxes, get a second passport, or build the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle of your dreams, go to nomadcapitalist.com and click on Become a Client.